Hello and welcome back to the Banner Saga. We are on a date with Juno. Ivan was not happy about this, but he's not the one making choices around here. We are, because we are the leader of the caravan after all. So we get to take off the responsibilities. What is this? I don't know what this does, but I'm continuing to click it, and I don't know who these people are in the foreground. Don't seem to be dredge. I think. I don't know. They look like they're dredge, but they don't look like they're dredge. The godstone was Strav. They are dredge. Good job, Rook. At least you still have your sense of humor intact. Why? They don't have eyes. I should have told you this a long time ago, but dredge actually don't see anybody, they just hear. I've convinced them to be unconcerned. Okay, we have a lot of questions. Let's start with the most obvious one. We are called Volca. She's the only one who can influence another's mind. Are you influencing my mind right now? I learned the talent to heal minds. I see. She's not powerful enough. It's a good question. Do the dredge actually age? Are they basically like Varls and live, relatively forever? But unlike the Varls, they seem to be able to reproduce because, we've seen a couple of episodes where we're seeing like a nursing dredge and also a dredge baby. But we know that the Varl cannot reproduce. The gods of secrets will play a part, and so will you. Okay, what are we doing here? When Dangler deals in fortune, Stravs taught men the value of trade in a different way. Showed them consequence. I'm not sure that I follow. So basically, the silver up there is not affected by weather, which means the silver is some sort of magical substance that is like invincible or something. Like it's adamatite. That's basically what that silver is. God's Strath is wreathed by imagery of silver weapons. The myth says he traded these weapons to the gods. And then, I was gonna say, then the gods used them to kill each other, and indeed. So, the silver here that we have is something that can kill gods. And since the Bellower is immortal, or pretty much a god, then I'm guessing we need to use this silver to kill him. Now the question, of course, is the thing was trade. Those who seek out the stone causing for the god of trade. So if we want the stone, that must mean that we have to give something in return. Otherwise, it's not a trade, it's a more donation. The question, I think, is what will he want? What will Straff want in return for this thing? I also wonder, has anybody in the Mandar's Council been able to successfully hold some sort of dialogue with the dredge of anybody, any kind of dredge? Juno seems like a primary candidate because she somehow is able to hold conversation with a earth snake for for all I know. But what was that snake? Was that Nidhogger or anyway? Doesn't matter now. Thanks. Never mind that we're just all dying here anyway, so. That's not wrong. But there's a point. Make it back where? Where else is there to go? Hold on 1 second. Are you... I didn't agree to this, I mean, I know the government has been doing like, secret surveillance stuff for a while. I always thought at least at that when we come to that point, you at least, give me a form or consent or something, but fine. I will return. What do you mean? Where am I returning to? What are you even talking about? I don't even know what you mean. You will find your way back to Allah. Okay. Well, I'm glad that Rook doesn't have any... He's not a very curious person. He's like, whatever. I've been living in this world long enough. I don't need to ask anything else. You will forge into an arrow to slay Barrow. Okay. But what does it have to do with Alet? I mean, none of what you told me makes sense. Okay. Yeah, it's a good question. And you didn't answer my question, because why did you pick me? And she told me that I was the only one who would always make back to Alet, but why does she care about Alet? Alet is just, a human. What I tell you now must not be repeated. The arrow will not kill Belor, even it's okay. But what does it do? I see. So it will solve doubt of what? Maybe, well, he's immortal. So are we trying to use this arrow to convince that he's in fact not immortal? Man, this is some high tier psychological stuff we're getting here. I'll help him believe that he is dying. Everyone who fights at your side must believe it to be true. I'm not so sure about this plan anymore. Damn it, you kids. I just wanted to stay dead. Why won't you let me stay dead? I've been pretending to be dead for the last 3,000 years. I don't want to stop now. Okay, whatever. Real nice to see you watching out for me there. I'm real happy about this. But here's a stone singer. Here's another stone singer. I guess the silver is the stuff that's up here. Approaching the back of the stone, you start to climb, looking for a loose piece of the silver vein. Even without looking, you feel each sinister face watching you closely. Try quickly to wrench out the nearest chunk. We're gonna have to have highest quality. You know, we're trying to convince somebody that they're actually dying, so you need to have a... Your hand rests on a piece of silver that comes away easily. The dredge do not react. Look for another piece. Why do we need another piece? Is there something wrong with this piece? Okay. They just watched us leave. Fine. Alright, I bought you some jewelry. Here's a piece of silver. You wear it, you can convince yourself that you actually have a good family and a good father. All you have to do is believe it. Let's check our heroes for stuff real quick. We have everyone back in our party, including Mager, which I should promote because he is our secondary tank since, you know, Ivor is not in the best shape of his life. I'm gonna just give him the full protection. Let's do... Yeah, that's fine. I was gonna give him one more exertion, but he doesn't have enough willpower to make it worth it. Who else we have? Luden is up for promotion. I think I want to go with Ijo. And we'll make him into also a good tank. Don't think that leftover 9 is going to be good for anybody. I do want to use Luden, but I think at this point I pretty much have my party set already. I don't want to go into the last battle with not completely knowing what the heck I'm doing. I might even take 3 tanks. Who knows? The world has infinite possibilities. What I say. Hakan is not useful now because I have Gunov. Gunov does his job much better. I mean, Hakan has other uses, but if I need somebody to do damage, I've got the man already. Go visit the crafters. Did I make it? I'm not sure, but but she does a pretty good sell. Like, her pitch is real good. This is kind of the problem, like, you know, in the grand scheme of things, Rook is basically a nobody in this world. You know, you have, in other games and other RPGs, you have a protagonist that throughout the entire game, he grows stronger and stronger and stronger. and basically becomes like, one of the more powerful persons in their universe and such. In this one, it's very different, right? Rook is pretty good. At least on the battlefield, he'll kill anybody. 10 armor damage per turn is nothing to laugh at, but sort of in the grand scheme of this world that they're living in, he is basically nobody. He can't do anything. That's the plan. He doesn't even know how to fire a bow, and he can't do it because he doesn't have an arm. Nobody said anything about me dying. I'm just gonna fire an arrow. See those arrows quivers in my back? I fired tons of them before. Thousands to thousands of them. I fired them at trees, I fired them at dredge, I fired them at deers. I fired them at your mother. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. Let you do it. Okay. I don't know about that. She does make a convincing argument. We meaning Rook has been sort of trying to protect her the entire time. We're on this journey. And I think over time, she's gotten to a point where she doesn't need to be protected anymore. And she can make her own decisions, do her own things, figure out what she wants to do with her own life. So, but this is different. I think, she can decide whatever happens to her, and Rook can decide whatever he wants to happen to him as well. I think it makes sense that in this situation to have her make the final decision on who takes the arrow, but I think this is where it means to be a father, and I don't think any father in this situation would just take this bet back. This is my responsibility. I can't let her do it. I cannot just stand there and watch and not being able to do anything. If she's by herself, she can make that decision, but as long as she's with me, I'm still a parent. And we'll see if that is, something that a good parent does. Next time. Thanks for watching. See you in the next episode.